Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is gonna be a difficult one, and it's one that I've wanted to do for quite some time, but I didn't really know how I wanted to go about doing it without being offensive. But before I get into any of it, I want to say this. This shooting was one that I heard with my own ears. I heard the gunshots, I heard the screams. My baby sister was 2 tables away. She saw the gun. She saw who was holding the gun. So before we get into this, I just want to make that known and very clear that I am not doubting that this occurred. I am not doubting that I'm not a believer in what I'm about to talk about. But I want to talk about it because it's just crazy. You never think your small little hometown is going to be subject to something like this. And it's so hard to go through something like this, let alone then sit here and try to have, to prove it. It's literally ridiculous. You know, we had to kind of prove that the shooter himself was a bad guy. Which, blows my mind in itself. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so... Okay. On September 20th of 2017, last year, a gunman opened fire at my high school. And we had probably... this is gonna sound bad, but we had probably one of the luckiest school shootings ever. And that is because of Angela McQueen, one of our teachers. Literally a hero. Literally a hero. He shot one person, but that person lived and has since recovered, thankfully. But she subdued the shooter. And because of that, you know, my sister is still alive. I have no doubt in my mind that she saved my sister's life that day. And about immediately after that, I want to say later that night even, maybe it might have been the next day, but I think it was later that night, I'm not 100% sure, a video pops up on YouTube. And it's about our school shooting, saying that it's a false flag shooting. I could not even watch 10 seconds of this video without getting extremely just enraged. My sister had just ran for her life out of the school. I was huddled up thinking, in this classroom, thinking that this person is going to burst in at any minute and just kill me and kill my best friend. I had just gone through this, and I see this YouTube video pop up, and I'm already just so angry. I couldn't even watch it, but it basically broke down all of these numbers, and I was gonna make this whole video about just this, but I couldn't find anything about it, because we all reported it so much that it got taken down. And then there was an article about it that I was going to use and go off of, but it's nowhere to be found now as well. So I'm going to be talking about different stuff, but this popped up, and thankfully it got taken down. And it's just crazy that nowadays you go through something like this and then you have to sit there and try to prove it. Like I said before, I heard those gunshots with my very own ears. There's no denying it. And I'm not sitting here as a crisis actor. I'm not sitting here I'm not being paid. My YouTube channel is not monetized as of right now of me filming this video. It's not monetized. I have, no politicians pulling the strings over here. I'm just me. This is my experience, And it's just crazy that something like that could even be made, that our small town could have even been, I don't even know. It's just literally crazy. And so that's what I was going to talk about, but I'm going to talk about some of the other kind of like myths and theories that went around our school, and what, you know, my kind of like sleuthing around, what I came across through that, because there was a lot. One of the biggest ones that still gets me really heated is that the shooter was bullied, and that because of this, that's why he did what he did. And it's how people responded to that really, really, really made me mad. People stood outside of our school and protested with stop bullying signs. There were stop bullying signs in people's yards. There were people calling him a victim and a precious angel. There were bracelets made with stop bullying and then his name on it. They tried to sell them in our school. So that really enraged me, and if you actually do any research whatsoever, you'll see that his psychologist that studied him, evaluated him for his trial, came forward and said that he experienced what was perceived bullying. Keyword, perceived bullying. He saw it as being bullied, but in reality, the psychologist said that he was the bully himself. I've spoken with several students that were personally bullied by him on a regular basis. And he was just, I think he was one of those kids that was just kind of like, oh, you know, like, everything's so tragic and everything's so this and that. But in reality, he wasn't actually being bullied. And that's, you know, you can find that online. That's according to the psychologist who has a degree and who has sat down one-on-one with him. And so, yeah, that really infuriated me, because here's the thing. If people would have died, if he would have went in and 10 people would have died, nobody would be calling him a precious angel or a victim. But because Miss McQueen, the only person who should be getting praise besides the victim who lived, she subdued him and nobody died, he is being called these things, and he's being called a victim, and his name is being put on bracelets. And that is crazy to me, because guess what? The shooter is the bad guy, no matter what way you spin it. The shooter who came 10 feet away from my baby sister, who never even knew him, who was never rude or did anything to him, who was an innocent person, as well as her friends and, you know, all the other people in that cafeteria. Nobody deserved that. Nobody deserved to go through that. If you have a problem with somebody, take care of it a different way. Go to administration. If they don't do anything, you know, he was removed from the middle school. So if you didn't like the high school too, do whatever you did when you weren't going to the middle school. I don't know. Like, you know, I don't know the answer, but there's definitely a million and one other things that you can do other than bring a gun to the school. And in no way does he deserve any type of praise at all. None. And he was getting all this praise. And like I said, the only person besides the victim who lived through it and fought his way through it is Miss McQueen. That's it. You're not a hero if you bring a gun in a school. You're not a victim. The second you decide to do something like that, sympathy, gone. Gone. You stand 10 feet away from my little sister with a gun, sympathy, pity, gone. I have nothing for you. Okay? And I just can't believe how many times a lot of us got attacked by adults over stuff like this. It's just crazy, you know? To me, it's just absolutely crazy. And like I said, I get heated talking about it, because it's just like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, I don't understand in what world the shooter is the good guy. Because, no. No. The shooter is not the good guy. The other thing I want to talk about is there is a lot, I mean, there was even like a thing on Reddit, like an entire like thread on Reddit about like conspiracy theories for our school shooting and stuff. And like everyone was saying that there were like 2 shooters. Everyone. The people on Reddit, people at my school, like everyone thought that there were 2 shooters. I mean, I can't confirm or deny that, but according to the police, there wasn't. I don't know. Personally, I think, I don't know. Don't sue me. Don't quote me. I don't know. Clearly, I'm not a police officer. I'm not privy to all of, like, the information. This is just, like, hearsay. This is what I hear. Like, I don't know. But I heard that there was possibly someone that was, like, planning on coming, and then they, like, chickened out. Again, don't sue me. I don't know. That's just what I heard. This part isn't really a conspiracy theory. It's just an interesting little tidbit. So the shooter's Instagram is private, so I do not have access to it. I didn't know this kid. Like, I'm a senior, or I just graduated. I was a senior. This kid was a freshman. Didn't know him at all. My sister followed him, so she can see his Instagram, and like a few days before the shooting happened, he did post a picture of a gun. I don't know if it was the gun, but it was a gun. And the caption was in German. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm just like I don't know anything about that, but. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about, I had to do some super sleuthing to kind of mostly get to the bottom of it. I mean, to me, it's confirmed, but maybe not to everyone else. So there was a lot of stuff going around saying that the shooter killed his family dog and then threatened to kill his mother and his sister. Nobody knew if this was just something that was completely made up or if this was real, you know, and for me, that had me thinking like psychopath or sociopath, you know, and whenever he gets out of prison, like, more crimes are gonna happen. That's what went through my head. And so I tried to really figure out if that was true or not, because that spooked me. I mean, and finally I talked to someone who was pretty close to the shooter. I'm not gonna reveal anything else other than that because no, but just close. And they said that they don't doubt it at all. Like, they do not doubt that happened in the least bit. That was very, 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 very likely. Then also, there was someone who had a kickboxing class with him that said that he would come in there and say things like, well, when I don't get my way at my house, I just start breaking things. And said that he was just like a total brat and just like total like take what I want attitude, horrible, horrible attitude. So that's that. I mean, again, I'm not gonna reveal any sources or anything like that, but to me, that's pretty, that's like confirmed for me, because I trust who I got that from. And that's pretty much everything that I have. This video's been a long time coming, and I might make a video of like my entire experience as well as my sister's, let her come in here and tell it if that's something that you guys want to hear. Enough time has passed, you know, it's whatever. If that's what you guys want, then that's fine. Yeah, I wanted to do this in a way where it wasn't offensive, and I hope that it was. I mean, I know everything always offends somebody, but, you know, I really don't want to offend anybody. Like, I went through this too, my sister went through this too. Like, this is very serious to me. Very serious to me. It's not a joke. And I think a lot of people, I saw a lot of people like laughing it off and stuff like that, but this kid came in there wanting to kill as many people as possible at my school. And that's what people have to realize. We're very, very fortunate that we had a literal hero standing at the right place at the right time in the building. So lucky. And that's what people have to realize. It's not a joke. And it could have went a completely other direction. And we're so fortunate that she was there when she was. And if there's one big thing that I've learned from this is that, you know, people don't care about stuff like that until it happens to you. I did not care about anything like that before there was someone standing 10 feet from my sister ready to kill her. You know, and if it can happen in my small, middle of nowhere, middle of nothing, literally my school mascot is corn, it can happen anywhere. That's all I have to say, you know, like, you can never be too careful, and we're definitely facing a really huge epidemic. And I hope it's over with as soon as possible, because I'm like, I can't even check the news anymore because it's just like every day. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And, you know, subscribe and let me know if you do want me to make that other video, because I will. Again, really don't want to offend anybody. If I did, I'm truly sorry. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm gonna start uploading more. I promise. I'm lazy. I'm so sorry. Okay. Goodbye, guys.